Only a few more minutes until she's up. Nope, can't wait. Let's get this day started already. Beauty sleep is over. Wakey, wakey, Mom. Come on, Mom. Time to get up and get going. You have places to go and friends to see. Plus, I need my Happy Go Healthy tasty supplements. Your teeth are clean. Really, Mom? We can do this after breakfast. Happy Charlie, healthy Charlie. This kid's gotta eat. Yeah, come to Papa. Icelandic seaweed, wild Alaskan salmon, probiotics, prebiotics, fresh veggies and fruits, organic kelp. That's the stuff. Give me this deliciousness, these fresh natural ingredients. This is the best. Hey, not done yet. Hold on, hold. Missed the spot, yum. Time for the part. I got places to go and friends to see. Let's go!
With Icelandic seaweed, Salmate, and so many fresh ingredients your dog will love. Happy Go Healthy.
All right, so everybody that's listening, if you're a first timer on YouTube or one of the podcasting sites, please subscribe and share, and definitely like this interview. We're trying to get it out to most people as possible. For the radio stations that have really picked up these interviews that I'm doing, I'm very grateful for that. Obviously, you can't do what we just stated, but we hope that you do tell your friends and family members to listen to these interviews when they are in your area. Times are all different. Obviously, we have different time zones, but regardless of that, we do thank you for listening. Claire Ballard back on the program. We met back in 2021. We did an interview back then, still stayed in touch. She is the marketing director of Happy Go Healthy Pets. It's happygohealthypets.com. Again, happygohealthypets.com. It's a pet supplement brand, really good ingredients, good stuff. We've used it on my pets in the past, and we will keep doing it in the present. But we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But Claire, thanks so much for coming on. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be back. Thank you.
All right, so let's kick it around, Claire. Speaking about Happy Go Healthy, can you just recap for the people that didn't listen to our interview a couple years back about how the name came about and also how, in general, the company started?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a family-run business. So my father is the president of the company, so it's lovely to work with him, and really just two other main colleagues. So we're kind of a small but mighty team. And it started because I grew up with a Black Labrador. Her name was Meg, and she lived to be about 16 years old. And right before she passed away, my father, who is in the animal nutrition business, said, if there had been a supplement in the market, I think she could have lived even a little bit longer just to help with her arthritis that she was facing. Labradors have really bad hips and joints, especially as they get older. And he kind of took a step back and said, you know what, I work with the top nutritionists and veterinarians already with my other job. Why don't I pull together the best of the best and let's create something that is not on the market at all. So we, have this passion for having a happy pet and a healthy pet, and we want to make sure that they are active. So that's where Happy Go Healthy kind of came from. And we created, the premium dog supplement line that we have. So we have 4 different conditions. We have a daily wellness, a skin and coat, a hip and joint, and a gut health. And what we pride ourselves on are a couple different things. So all 4 of our products have both probiotics and prebiotics in them. If you look on the market, a lot of supplements maybe only have both of those in their gut health, but we've really gone deep into the research to show that the benefits are really compounded by having both of those in as a layer. So having both probiotics and prebiotics for all the conditions. And our product is also in a kibble format, which is also very unique for supplements. In fact, we are probably the only, if not one of the only supplements out there in the market that is in this format. Most supplements are a chew or an oil, or they are a powder form. And the kibble format allows you to use the scoop that comes with our bag, top it on your dog's food, or you can just place it into your hand, feed it right out of there like a treat. And it's super tasty for the dog. So it's like packs a lot of nutrition in a small punch, and the dogs love it. They just eat it right up.
Moving back into the interview, you did give a lot of information, and I do want to kind of go one by one through some of the supplements, just so people listening and watching this can kind of get a real good grasp of what's in this. So, we did bring up the daily wellness, and you did talk a little bit about that. Obviously, there's the hip and joint supplement. You spoke about with your lab and how that could have helped her out. Skin and coat and the gut health. Some of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory, but obviously there's a lot of different ingredients that are very good that are in your product. A lot of organic stuff in your product, stuff that's really been, I would say, and just to say it in the correct terminology, it's really been recognized as a great product. But if you could just go deep into these products as far as supplements, Claire, just so the viewers and the listeners rather, can really get the nits and crannies of what's in these products.
Definitely. So I'll highlight kind of some of the main points. So first off, just going back to the probiotics and prebiotics, because each of the conditions have a specific level of them in there. And what's interesting is that some competitors might say, well, we have X billion number of CFU probiotics and prebiotics, but it's not the number that's the important part, because you can also have too many probiotics and prebiotics in something. It's really about maintaining the correct level, which we work with a company called Lalamond, who does extensive research on these two areas to find the perfect balance of what's needed to be put in there. Then we also have exclusivity to use a seaweed-derived calcium, which we use, for example, in our hip and joint, and we don't use glucosamine. So most people might be a little bit more familiar with glucosamine or glucosamine chondroitin for hip and joints, but we have actually done the research to find out that the seaweed-derived calcium, which is an organic kind of form, performs much better than the glucosamine does. So we're excited about that. Also in our daily wellness, so we use pure fruits and vegetables in there, and very specific ones to help with not only kind of the overall wellness of dogs, but also to help with their eyesight and for their cognition of their brains too. So daily wellness is a great supplement to start out with puppies, for example, because it helps them kind of build the eyesight base and the brain support that is needed to kind of carry them through their adult life. So then on top of that, there's a variety of other ones. The most important thing too about our ingredients is that we only use FDA and AAFCO recognized ingredients. So that's really important. And what that means is that if you flip our bag over and you look at the nutritional panel, we can guarantee the analysis of the nutrition in there. Now, most supplements, they'll just list out what the nutrition is, and that only means that they can say that that is correct from the time that they produce the product. So if it has a shelf life of, let's say, a year or 18 months, by the end of that shelf life, those nutritional values decrease significantly. And the pet parent isn't aware of that. So they think, okay, well, we're feeding our dog these high levels of this nutrition, but they're not feeding it right after it's come off the production line. They might be feeding it 6 months later, and therefore the product is reduced significantly. Ours is guaranteed for the entire shelf life of our product.
Again, for people listening and watching this, Claire Ballard, she's the marketing director at Happy Go Healthy Pets, happygohealthypets.com. Definitely check it out. A great pet supplement company. I just want to get into this. So, this company's been open for quite a few years now. With that said, what are you hearing back from people that did use this on their pets in general? A lot of good reviews. Anything that's like, specifically for the hip and joint. Maybe there's a dog that's having these issues with their hips and joints. Somebody, as far as a pet parent, writing to you, emailing to you, whatever it may be, saying this really did help my dog and living a very healthy, good life.
Yeah, absolutely. it's why we have this supplement, is to get these reviews. And the reviews come back saying that the effect has been life-changing, not only for the dog, but also the pet parent, because it's such a strong relationship that you have such a passion for the love of your dog, that when you see your dog transform from being in pain or struggling to really jumping on and off a couch as if it were a puppy when it's 15 years old, it makes a huge difference to the pet parent too, because you can then do things with that dog that you haven't been able to do for a couple years, whether it's go for walks or swim in the pond outside of their home, which has been like a lovely review that we've received lately. What we love is the reviews that are on our website, so you can see them firsthand. They are all 100% real, directly from the customers themselves. We also are on Amazon, and the reviews on there too speak for themselves. Amazon obviously trolls reviews very carefully, so they only allow, authentic, legitimate ones on there. So we pride ourselves with the high rating that we have from reviews on there. But it's really the life-changing event or kind of feedback for the dog and the pet parent that we love to receive.
Let's go to this audience question. Why are pet supplements so important? I know you kind of already went through this earlier, but for the sake of the person that's asking this, we'll answer it again somewhat.
Absolutely. Well, if you think of yourself as a human, most humans take supplements themselves. A lot of people think, well, don't I get all the nutrition from the dog food that I get? But if you think as humans too, every person is very unique. So same as dogs too, their breed is very unique. So certain breeds need extra nutritional value that their main dog food line does not provide. So you need to add additional nutrients to be able to alleviate them from potential problems that could happen later in life.
Yeah, I agree 100%. We as humans take supplements because our food has been deteriorating year upon year on end. We won't get into that because that's not what this is about. But the dogs obviously need to take it to also maximize their health throughout their life. We spoke last time, Claire, on this program. It was in 2021. Now, I've texted and talked to you back and forth since then. Regardless of that, the audience does want to know how the company has changed and expanded since we last spoke in 2021.
Yeah, so I'm very happy to announce that we have launched in Canada. So for hopefully any future Canadian listeners and viewers on your side, we are now in Canada, both on Amazon.ca and also in stores, both in the Mondu stores and the MJAM Pets, which is the big retailers there. And we are expanding our exposure to stores across the country and the US as well. So back in 2021, we had just started to launch into the Northeast in stores, and now we are expanding really like across country, which we are excited about. And on top of that, we continue to optimize to see where we can be more. So we are looking into enhancing our bags to make sure that also represent the same sustainable quality that our product does.
So as we go to the end of the interview, Claire Ballard, she is the marketing director for Happy Go Healthy Pets. It's happygohealthypets.com. Definitely check out the website, Pet Supplement Company. I'm talking way too damn fast, so I'm struggling. But regardless of that, it's a pet supplement company that's really good, really great ingredients, USA made, small business. We need to support companies like that are putting good ingredients in the people, well, I should say the animals we love the most, which are our pets. So we'll end with these last two questions. Claire, we've talked about a lot of different things about your product in this interview. What do you hope people learn the most throughout our conversation today?
I think just to make sure that you are truly aware of what you're feeding your dog. So take the time to do a little research, check out the websites. We pride ourselves in creating our website that is quite informative and on a level that your average pet parent can really understand too. So just make sure that you are aware, like I mentioned about the nutritional analysis before, that you're feeding the dog what you think you're feeding.
And then how can people follow the company on social media? Obviously, we've teased the website multiple times, but as far as social media goes.
Yeah, both on Facebook and Instagram. Happy Go Healthy Pets is where you can find us.
Again, Claire Ballard here on Fire Breathing Rob. Definitely check out the website, happygohealthypets.com. And again, you can find her products, well, the company's products, but she is involved in the company, so we can say that, on Amazon, Chewy, and also on the website. And then it is in different stores. I know you brought up that in the Northeast, that there's quite a few stores that have it. Anything that you can think of off the top of your head for our Northeast listeners that where they can get the product if they do want to get in a store?
Well, we're currently focusing on the small stores, so more of your mom and pop stores as opposed to focusing on the larger PetSmarts and Petco's to begin with. So your local pet store, probably down the street around the corner, will most likely have it.
Okay, very good. And definitely check in, call them up if you want. But like we said, you can get them at Amazon, Chewy, and obviously happygohealthypets.com. Claire Ballard, thanks so much for always spending time with us. And I look forward to speaking to you again down the road.
Thank you so much.
Hold on.